like I'm making videos every time I'm drunk, but that's not a bad thing because I stick to wine, and wine is not that bad. I have to tell you something. Number one, I would like to have my videos to be monetized, but they are not because my subscribers um, number is very low, and my views like are from 6 to 20 is the maximum 30 people who watch the videos, and I think it's either deliberately made, or I don't know, some information that I have to register my YouTube account specifically somewhere in the United States or a Western European country. You tell me, because I don't know. I would like it to be. Why I would like to make this, why I have decided to make this video is that people react to my crazy videos, me being a drunkard, me being drunk, me saying some kind of shit, me transmitting from Belarus, from this purest rural place. It's not a rural place, it's a town, a very Central European town in Belarus. And like a couple of years ago, I started with complaining about people separating me from my husband, Stefan. I still hope that I will come back to him. But what I would like to talk about today, I'm watching all those videos. People got inspired by me, and I'm watching all those videos of all those bloggers who beschäftigen sich, who are occupied with geopolitics. And I want to tell you a little bit of a difference between Belarus and Russia. It's true, and you have to imagine, and you have to keep in mind, I'm influenced by the Western European culture, and specifically Austrian culture, Austrian economy. I'm influenced, like I was taught by this culture, inside this culture. I was taught, like I'm an intellectual taught within this realm, within the Austrian culture. And now I come back to Belarus, and Belarus evolved itself to a very high standard. That's right. But I still miss Austria, yes? What I want to talk about is all those bloggers that I watch. They are from Great Britain, like Alexander Mercouris, or like even, I don't remember this Hungarian guy. He used to have an English and German channel, and one of his English channels was, hold on. So my mother is watering the garden on the other side, and I accidentally cut off the water supply. She was arguing with me. Where did I stop? This Hungarian guy, I don't remember his name. He used to have an English and German channel. Now he has only a German channel, and he makes videos both in German and in English on his one channel. And his English channel was blocked by YouTube forever, deleted, erased from memory forever. And he also speaks about geopolitics, and many other bloggers who like praise Russia. I have to say, praise Russia. And I come from Belarus, and I mentioned several times that we Belarusians, some kind of like better than Russians, not even better, or maybe more Europeized or more civilized. Maybe it's not really you have to understand my point of view and my position. Yes, I'm more pro-Russian. I'm more on the side of, I'm more pro-Russian. I'm not on the side of Ukraine, of Ukrainian government, who I consider to be corrupt. creating a lot of damage in Europe. And I'm not on the liberal side of the European government, in Brussels government. I'm not even a specialist talking like I'm not even a specialist who you can rely on, who expresses her opinion about Brussels or things like that, because here I will be like beaten on the head, like, who do you think you are, you bitch? Who do you think you are? You speak about Brussels, like, who do you think you are, you bitch? We blocked you on all channels. We blocked you because you're a bitch. But I will tell it anyway, even if I have 3 subscribers, three views. I very much value the Europeans' values and European culture. And I will tell you why. It's very basic and very raw, and I will tell you why. The Europe is the land for white people. You can even like spit on me. Spit on me. Europe is for white people. You can be blonde, you can be brunette, like me. You can be ugly, you can be beautiful, like me. You can be green, you can be yellow, you can be olive skin tone, like me. But you're white and Christian. Christian land for white people is Europe. Number one. Belarus, where I live, is one of those countries. Russia as well, like European part of Russia. Russia is complicated. It cannot define itself just to be Europeans or Asian, because there are many Asians who speak Russian. Like it's both, right? But for Belarus, it's easy. Belarus, it's Europe. Belarus is Europe. And okay, what generation I am? I'm a millennial, and it's the mother for. So I have to be the mother and have my kids who are teenagers, like 18-year-olds, like their oldest 18-year-olds, teenagers. Wir haben sehr viel los, viele Autos fahren hin und her. Sie stören mich, okay? Okay, but I still remember what I learned at school in the 90s. I remember, like, what defines you is your knowledge of history, right? Your knowledge of history. We don't remember Russian Tsars as much, maybe like a little bit, just because the interest in empires is much bigger than interest in the Soviet culture, in the Soviet structure, Soviet political what structure, Soviet political regime, or how do you call it? We children, even the millennials, remember the time when they were children and what they learned at school. They remember the Grand Principality of Lithuania, the greatest state of Europe, and Belarus is part of them. So Belarusians, like it or not, we are friendly with Russians, but we know our history. We are purely Europeans. Do you understand it? I will give you another example. My mother is purely Russian. She comes from the Volgograd region without the or with the Volgograd region, south of Russia. Sometimes like the temperature in summer there is like so high, like 40 degrees higher, like 40 degrees is normal temperature, and 30 degrees is very cool, a very cool day where she comes from. And like she lives here in Belarus. She married a Belarusian man. She she still looks here in this Western Belarusian town for a Tajik person or an Uzbek person who sells dry fruits, like they did in her childhood in Russia. So you have to imagine. And she comes home and tells me, oh, I found this person from Tajikistan or Uzbekistan who sells dry fruits. And I bought them, like I brought them home. But for me, like a Belarusian woman, I would never look for them. I would go like to a normal grocery shop or a supermarket to look for them. If they are not there, I would be fine. Like a Belarusian person would be fine. They are very tolerant and very like, whatever, you don't have dry fruits, I can live without that. But she will go and look for these people. When we Belarusians, we will never look for them because it's not like malicious. It's not malicious, but for a Belarusian to look for a Tajik or Uzbek person is insanity. We don't even know that they exist here and that they sell things for us. Do you understand what I mean? But my mother knows. My mother comes from the south of Russia. She knows these people are traders. They sell tea, black and green. They sell. Oh, okay. I had to relocate because my mother is watering the garden, and I'm in the middle of this. No, let me tell this again. I brought my wine with me. It's from Georgia, white dry wine from Georgia. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Too many interferences. This is a shed, and behind it was built by my neighbor who died a couple of years ago of cancer, and he built this for wood panels for wood. So we have a lot of wood inside. Yeah, my parents and our neighbors were buying wood just in case to build something, and there is a lot of it. Like 20 years late, no, not 20, maybe 10 years, 15 years late, 15 years old, not late, inside the shed. My mother is watering the garden. I had to relocate so that no one hears me, no one listens to me, except for you. What was I talking about? Belarus. A Belarusian will never look for a Tajik or Uzbek to buy tea, green or black, or dry fruits. You know, like, there is a difference. I feel extremely ashamed, maybe, like, I have to be ashamed because I actually don't, because of this influence of the Austrian culture, which is European, yes, European influence. I feel a little bit ashamed because I am nitpicking all these details from the history of Belarus that highlight the Belarusian culture. My cat, he is meowing. I don't know. I have two cats. Another one is coming. Look, I will let him go. But I'm not nationalistic, like not in the sense like Ukrainians are. Ukrainians is just as like a separate idea of this craziness that Ukrainians are, and not like Tikhanovskaya and not like Tikhanovsky or whatever they are. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have like any emotional attachment to these people or their politics. I think they are like outdated. It's not what Europe is about right now. Not about Tikhanovskaya and Tikhanovsky, but he was let go thanks to me, because I was talking about myself, but he was let go. Good for him. What was I talking? Austrian culture, European culture, yes. So Russia is so modern. Russia is so modern, Russia is very modern. Okay, all right. But you have to imagine, you have to keep in mind that in Europe, old traditions from the imperial times are very much ingrained in people's minds, hearts, veins, and blood. They teach their children. They will never throw away a cabinet, a chest drawer, einen Schrank that was built in the times of the Kaiser times, Austrian-Hungarian Empire. We'll never throw it away. And we have a lot of such things also in Belarus. And one of my aunts, who is Catholic, and like she has blood like from Poland. She has Polish ancestors. Wife of my uncle, and she was always talking about like the furniture, old furniture in the house of my grandmother that was built in the 60s. It's very expensive. You have to keep it. Don't touch it. Like, don't ruin it. Don't even disassemble, disensemble, ensemble, disassemble, disensemble. Like, don't ruin it. The furniture from the 60s. This is what she said. And now I understand why. Everything built in the house, everything that is built inside, doors, stairs, staircase, these little columns, so like made of wood, built by my grandmother, I'm drunk, grandfather, built by my grandfather. It's so valuable. It exists even in Russia, I'm sure. Why was I talking all this shit? I'm sorry. I'm saying that there is a difference, and you cannot just blame Belarus, that they are nationalists who wants to join Europe. No, and they are in the clams of Russia or something like this. No. But like a Belarusian child knows a Belarusian child at school remembers where Belarus comes from, Even I, like a millennial generation, when I was a child, I do not remember this KPSS Soviet Union meeting of 1956, 57, 58. I don't remember those meetings, KPSS meetings. I don't remember it. But I remember the dates, like Belarus and Poland reunited. I remember the dates, like the kings. I remember the names of the kings. I don't remember the Russian kings. I remember the kings from Great Principality of Lithuania as a Belarusian. You have to imagine, as a Belarusian. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. But of course, I was in Austria when this national movement in Belarus was at a high peak that was suppressed or whatever. It's not really modern. It's not modern what they try to achieve, because there is a change of parties in Europe, and general mood in Europe, it changes with these parties. I support right parties. As I lived in Austria, and I want to come back to Austria. Populist parties, they are more important than the nationalistic movement, liberation from some kind of a liberation from oppression of Russia, from Russia. It's outdated. It's outdated. Nevertheless, there is a difference. There is a difference between a Belarusian culture and Russian. And when I speak about Belarus, and I'm being like a, okay, I'm being patriotic. I have lived here like for 4 years already. When I came from Austria, I have become patriotic. It doesn't mean that I'm against Russia. I'm just trying to remind you bloggers that Belarus is actually people remember where they come from. It's not part of Russia. We remember where we come from. We remember our history. We remember our history, and we remember why we are not in the like. If you ask a Belarusian, what do you think about Ukrainians? They will tell you one thing: they are the same as Russians. I said it one time. Ukrainian and Russians for Belarusians is the same thing. Is the same person. Ukrainians and Russians is the same person. So you cannot blame even like Lukashenko, like the Belarusian government, that we are part of Russia. Like we don't know what we are talking about. We don't know what, who to join. Or I don't know what people say. It's just, for us it's crazy. Because we are very patient. We are very accommodative. We are very tolerant. And this Krieg, this war, this between Russians and Ukrainians, for us is a fucking like pit hole, asshole. It's like it's a no for us. It's a no for us, for a Belarusian. Because you think we are like we forgot who we are. No, we remember who we are. We remember who we are. We know who we are. Every child knows the Belarusian anthem. Every child sings Belarusian anthem. Every child remembers the kings of the Grand Principality of Lithuania, not Russian kings. You understand what I mean? It's like something like bread you eat, Georgian wine you drink, Georgian wine for adult people, of course. Austrian wine here I can't find in my little town. Yes, I hope you understand me. I wish I could transmit to a broader audience, but I don't know how to reach them, because I think I have to register my trade in some kind of an American industry, something committee, paperwork committee industry. And I have no idea how to do that. How to do that. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Long video. I hope you grasp the idea. See you sometime, next time. It was Olga, the Belarusian who lived in Austria, who wants to come back to Austria and love her husband, Stefan Kuhn. Goodbye, guys.